Namaskar, good evening to all. Honorable Chief Minister of Arunachal Pradesh, beloved Vivekananda, Honorable members of the Legislative Assembly, I'm told that Mr. Tasing and Mr. Basar, in fact, this is the day of alumni. They are the organizer. Its President Taba Tatukji, General Secretary Gyambe Taminji, all Karyakartas of Vivekananda Kendra at the Prant level, at Nagar level, all well-wishers, invitees, all teachers, students, media friends, and other ladies and gentlemen. At the very outset, I join with Sri Taba Tatukji welcoming you to this very important function of Vivekananda Kendra in Arunachal Pradesh, that is the 50th year celebration of the working of Vivekananda Kendra in the country as a whole, and of course, Northeastern region and Arunachal Pradesh. Why this 50 years celebration? This is one aspect. The other aspect of is that the founder of Vivekananda Kendra is none other than Mananiya Eknathji Ranade. Eknathji Ranade's it is 108th birthday, and in fact, the 19th of November was to be celebrated as Sadbhavana Divas of this Eknathji's Janmasati. But unfortunately, coinciding of many other events, including Honorable Prime Minister's visit and inauguration of a most important event, that is the Donipolo Airport, that could not be done on 19. So therefore, on 22nd, we are celebrating it. Now, how Vivekananda Kendra was found, it little bit needs the history. As a matter of fact, Swami Vivekananda, whom all of you know, the modern monk who has, in a way, renounced that Indian culture, who has made Indian culture known to the West. So his birth centenary was in 1963. And when this centenary celebration was done throughout the country, the nation as a whole decided that there should be a national monument in the name of Swami Vivekananda. So that was decided, and this monument committee, Eknathji Ranade was made as a general secretary. So this started in 1963 by starting construction of Vivekananda Rock Memorial. This Vivekananda Rock Memorial was completed in the month of September 1970. After completion, especially Eknathji Ranade thought it that a memorial made of granite or stone, however magnificent it may be, is not enough unless and otherwise there is a living expression, the keeping the spirit. So that living expression of national memory is the starting of Vivekananda Kendra. This Vivekananda Kendra, it is a non-monastic light workers, and its mission is called the spiritually oriented service mission. Service means service to the nation, with the motto that men making nation building. So this was started, to be precise, on 7th of January 1972. I do not know, the numerologist will agree with me. This 108 is a very auspicious figure for Vivekananda Kendra, if not for Indian culture. So this 7th January 1972 was supposed to be 108th birth anniversary of Swami Vivekananda as per the Hindu calendar. And today again, 2022 is 108th birthday of Rana Eknathji. So we are celebrating here. So on this day, Vivekananda Kendra was founded, and to serve the nation, that is men making and nation building, that idea. Then how it has come to Arunachal Pradesh? I'll let you know that when Vivekananda Kendra started functioning, it is a various prakalpas. It is called projects. Today, I think there are a dozen of prakalpas, 12 prakalpas are there. And of these 12 prakalpas, in Arunachal Pradesh, there are 3. I'll come to that later on. But right now, how Vivekananda Kendra came to Arunachal Pradesh? It again takes me back to the history of education. Sir, recently, I delivered my presidential address to the Northeast India History Congress, History Association. And for this, you need to publish a research paper. So therefore, I have done research on the educational history of entire Northeastern region. Here I have found that the contribution of Christian missionaries to the education of Northeastern region. Here I found that in Arunachal Pradesh, it was the first state which had come. In fact, American Baptist Mission landed as early as 1836 at Sadia. And they started working amongst the Assamese, amongst the Khamtis, Idus, and Adis. But because of that Anglo-Khamti war of 1839, have driven them out. They shifted to Jaipur, near Naharkatia. Their mission center was made there. From there, they attempted establishing one school at Namsang, near Deomali. It was in 1839. In fact, a church and a school was established. But that had to be closed down in 1840. Till today, our Nocte friends are telling that the Nocte gods are so powerful that they did not allow a Christian church to be established at Namsang, or a school had to be closed down. Because Miles Brownson, the father, leader, who established the school and church, had to fall sick because of jungle fever, and entered his family members. And Rhoda Brownson, who was given the in charge of the school, she also fell sick and ultimately she died. So therefore, school had to be closed down. After that, they had gone to other parts of northeastern region. In Meghalaya, they started in 1840s. In Nagaland, they started in 1860s. Mizoram, they started 1890s. And Manipur, that hill region, they started in 1890s. And their education, they totally dominated the educational activities by the Christianities in these hills areas. It was so much so that the Chief Commissioner of Assam, one Bamphil Phula, visited Aizawl in 1904, found Christian schools to be doing much better than the government schools, and he had to order the closure of government schools and all primary education was handed over to Christian missionaries. And so much so that the Christian missionary fathers were made as the honorary inspector of the schools of the district. So was the case in the hill district of Manipur. So was the case of the Nagaland or Meghalaya. It was fine giving education. But unfortunately, this education was a lopsided. That education was not along with the Indian culture, Indian patriotism. As a matter of fact, a PC trust tendency had to be started. A separate elements had to be started, separatist elements. You might be knowing about Naga insurgency, NSCN even today, the oldest outreach, the Miju separatist elements. So when they found the other, the Christianities are giving education, that's fine. But then their education is defective. There is no sense of patriotism. Even they were made to doubt whether they are Indians or not, up to this extent. Because the Indian culture as such was negated by them, including the indigenous culture. So when this was seen by the government of Arunachal Pradesh, headed by none other than K.A. Raja, invited the Hindu missionaries to Arunachal Pradesh to educate people. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are habit of depending on government for any other organizations or any other developmental activities. Government alone cannot do it. Government has their own limitations. So therefore it has to be supplemented by other organizations in the service like education or health. So therefore it was realized, invited first RK Mission, Ramakrishna Mission, Belur, and they could respond well that Ramakrishna Mission School alone was established in 1966. Then Ramakrishna Mission Narottam Nagar was established in 1972. And Ramakrishna Mission Sarada Mission was established in 1973. And when the state government asked for more such schools, they refused that because of their limited resources, manpower, they cannot establish more schools. So therefore, K. Raja had gone to Kanyakumari and invited the Vivekananda Kendra to establish a school in Arunachal Pradesh. So therefore, the first Prakalpa started by Vivekananda Kendra in Arunachal Pradesh was Vivekananda Vidyalayas, the education that is called man-making and nation-building education. This was the objective. And as a survey preliminary, Mananiya Balakishanji, who is the present president of Vivekananda Kendra. He came to Arunachal Pradesh as early as 1974. He has made survey all over Arunachal Pradesh. On foot he went, even to such places, till today I have not been able to go. Such places he had gone on foot. After surveying that, the Kendra is appointed that life worker that Vivekananda Kendra teaches. But it was not to Vivekananda Kendra from Kanyakumari, and they were initially posted to the government schools, not to the Vivekananda Vidyalayas, since 1975. Only in 1976, 77, Vivekananda Kendra established their own schools, and in that year, in 77, 7 schools were established. These schools were 2 schools in the coming frontier division, that is Sergaon and Sejosa, 2 schools in Subansiri frontier division, that is Balijan and Ser, 1 each in Siang division, that is Oyam, Lohit division, that is Roing, and Tirap division, that is Joram. So that was the starting point of educational activities. And today we have 42 schools. 42 schools and 1 college, that is College of Teacher Education. And we have lot of demands from the different areas for the establishment of the schools, but we have not been able to meet up those. So this is the situation, and whatever schools we have been running for last 45 years, their products are today BKBNs, and we are putting them in the forefront for organizing this kind of a function, including that 40 years celebration, where none other than the President of India was the chief guest here at Itanagar. So these are done by the BKBNs. We can proudly say that they are in the different walks of life today in Arunachal Pradesh, different professions, as in Arunachal Pradesh, right from principal secretary to the secretary director, so many doctors, eminent doctors, engineers, lawyers, teachers, everywhere. They are not only enriching Arunachal Pradesh as such, but also enriching the nation as a whole. So this is what Vivekananda Kendra is contributing to the nation and to the region, and particularly to Arunachal Pradesh. The other prakalpa Vivekananda Kendra is doing is Arun Jyoti program. In Arun Jyoti program, this was started from 1993 with the motto that development through culture. It is with development through culture. There are lot of munches. This is called Mahila Munch, Yuva Munch, Anuparik Shiksha Munch, Shastya Seva Munch, Sanskriti Munch. So this is targeted to the rural development and also oriented to different specific sections like youth or the Mahilas. And through Sanskriti Munch, we are extending, Vivekananda Kendra is extending the development of the indigenous culture, collaborating with the indigenous movement. The other one is Vivekananda Institute of Culture, that is BKIC. headquarters is at Guwahati, and its purpose is that culture nurtures unity. Its objective or its motto. Its purpose is that there are diverse culture of northeastern region, as many as 220 ethnic and linguistic communities in the region. How to encourage, how to foster this diverse culture in one way, and also how to establish the commonality of this culture amongst the cultures of the northeastern region in particular, and with the Indian culture as a whole. So this also, Arunachal Pradesh has a chapter, and this chapter is conducting seminars of different tribes. We have already concluded almost all the major tribes, and still we are working on for promoting, and also through this seminar, the BKIC ambitions to make intellectual fountainheads of the community leaders, the community intellectuals, for focusing their own indigenous culture, indigenous language, literature, and as well as state as a whole. So these are, in nutshell, that Vivekananda Kendra is working in Arunachal Pradesh, and of that, I would again say that Swamiji's quotation, this Vivekananda Kendra actually is inspired by Swamiji's one quotation, is that I quote, "I want 100,000 men and women who are fired with zeal of holiness, fortified in the eternal faith of the Lord, nerved to the lion's courage by their sympathy to the poor and to the fallen and to the downtrodden. They will go to the length and breadth of the land, preaching the gospel of salvation, gospel of health, gospel of social raising up, gospel of equality." So this is exactly what Vivekananda Kendra is working. As for example, Kanyakumari is located at the southwestern extreme part of the country, and it extending work not only the northeasternmost corner like Arunachal Pradesh, but up to Kashmir, all over the country, up to Andaman Nicobar. Even Andaman Nicobar, 10 schools are running Vivekananda Kendra. So this is what, with this motto, man making and nation building, Vivekananda Kendra is working today. With this, I thank you all for your patient hearing. Thank you.